I wanted to have this video up yesterday, but I just got caught up doing other things after work and lost track of time, so we're putting it up now. I know I'm a little old to this news already, but I don't care. I still got to talk about it. What we saw from the Jets the last couple of games was something we knew for a while that was already coming. We knew what was hanging over the Jets' kind of head on what they were on the cusp of achieving as a team. You know, we knew that there was franchise-breaking history on the cusp for the Jets with this season. We know how good it's been, the records they've already set, the individual markers. I talked about that in a lot in the last video, but we all knew that this was coming. But nonetheless, you know, after the Jets had that crazy game against Chicago a couple of nights ago where it went all the way to a shootout, but nonetheless, they still came out on top. They ended up, for the first time for the Winnipeg Jets' history, in 2.0 history, we win a division title. We have won the Central Division for the first time in franchise history, as well as winning the Western Conference as the number one team in the Western Conference. And then, obviously, even though they lost against Edmonton, they also won the President's Trophy for the first time in franchise history. The hardware has been finally announced. The Jets have won it. And I know a lot of people don't like to put a lot of weight into the President's Trophy and into divisional banners and all that stuff, but I, for one, think that in this case, it's really important. You know, this is the first time the Jets have finally gotten over that hump and won a division. They've had great teams in the past, but they've never won a division. They've never won a conference. They've never won a President's Trophy. They've never been the number one team in the NHL, and I think that that is very, very important. I think when you look at the season, what the Jets have had, the hot start that they had, the historic start that they had this season, everything else they've accomplished, the individual markers alone, and even just within the attitude of this team. Like, look at that Chicago game. That was a terrible, sloppy hockey game against a bad team, but the Jets did not quit, and somehow they found a way to battle back and win that hockey game and get that point and win the division. Like, at the end of the day, the Jets were not letting that 1 point go. They wanted it no matter what. And that's what, you know, like, outside of some injuries, you know, it honestly has been pretty damn happy for that matter. And I feel like the injuries is what kind of is like hanging over this achievement of winning this banner. Obviously, Ehlers getting that collision with the ref. They haven't announced anything as of now on Ehlers. It's been a whole day as of on the 14th. Still no real news on Ehlers. You know, probably won't play, obviously, in the final game. I'm imagining he'll go game one. And then Sandberg as well. I don't expect Sandberg is, you know, really injured. Obviously, you know, there could be a minor thing there, but from what our Neil's comments were, and for what everyone else is saying in the media, it looks like he'll be ready to go for the playoffs, healthy and ready to go. So probably not going to play in that game against Anaheim on the final game of the season on Wednesday. But nonetheless, I think that, you know, he'll be ready to go for the playoffs. So the Jets got lucky there, but, you know, still escaping with hopefully no serious injuries, even though that Ehlers one is really close and it's iffy. But it's been a crazy run as of late, you know, and we've all known that this has been coming. We've known that these last couple of weeks have kind of been, you know, nothing games, even though they've kind of mattered because, you know, you had Dallas kind of closing in on the Jets there at the end. But, you know, at the end of the day, in my opinion, I think most of us can agree with this as well, that it's felt like this has been coming for a long time, and just to finally, you know, hear that word, President's Trophy champion, it's awesome, and I'm really happy, and I'm proud of this club. It's awesome as a fan to have that, you know, accomplishment for this club and what this season has been, but, you know, now it's time to move on to the big one, and that's what we all want right now. It's time to, you know, show up in the playoffs and win a round, and just show and win the Stanley Cup, you know, and go for it, and this is the year. Like, you have to do it, and you have to put your money where your mouth is, and the Jets have shown how good of a team they are. In every high-stakes game, they rose to the occasion and dominated. I think this team has the right mentality. I think they have the right mindset. I think they are playing the right type of team hockey as well, and, you know, they're playing the hottest hockey that we've seen in a long time. This might not be the most skilled Jets lineup of all time, but this is the best team in franchise history, and it's the best team in franchise history because of the chemistry, the buy-in, the commitment, and everything that's gone into the success of this season. The players are all in. You can tell they have the right mindset. It's different from last year. You can just tell by the vibes in the ice. Everything looks great. Everything just feels good around the club this year, and barring those two mystery injuries, we hope that everything's okay. And obviously getting Velarde back would be huge as well. Some news on that front would be huge as well. But with the whiteout around the corner, the final game at Wednesday, I'm going to be at that game as well. I'm going to cover it live. It's going to be a great night. Looking forward to it. And with the playoffs right around the corner, it's going to be a hell of a time in Winnipeg. And we've everything's been leading up to this moment. We've known how good the Jets have been for a long time. They haven't slowed down at all. I think it's been pretty safe to say since Christmas we've all known what's been excited for this and waiting for this moment for the playoffs to start, and it's finally here. And President's Trophy champion Winnipeg Jets, best team in the league going into the playoffs. I know all of us are super excited, and for good reason. The Jets have shown that they can rise to the occasion. They find every way to win a hockey game when they need to, and they are just a completely different team from years past. And they've proven it time and time again, and winning the President's Trophy as well, in my opinion, shows that as well, with the consistency to be the number one team in the NHL as well. This team has everything that you need to win a Stanley Cup, and I fully expect them to go and make a hell of a run. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Check out all the affiliate links down in the description below. Subscribe if you're new. Peace, love, and positivity as always. Go Jets, go. I'll see you all in the next one. It'll all be over. It'll all be over.